are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Point. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
We are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. And today we have Tony, Michael, and the return of the one, the only, Renee.
Hello.
How we doing, Renee?
I'm doing great. How are you, Barnes?
Good. It's good to have you back. How long was it? 10 days?
Yeah, actually exactly 10
Wow.
days.
Am I good or what?
Michael was
Yeah.
counting.
And what I was going to ask you before, because I was mentioning how, I'd noticed you've been working on your tan while you're in Long Beach Island. Did you follow the schedule you were telling me before you left, where you go like 7 to 7 on the beach, or no?
No, I didn't. Usually I do, but this summer I was like, why am I like not on my usual routine? I slept so much. Like I did. Also the sunrise. There's a lot of cloudy mornings, so there wasn't really many sunrises.
Yeah.
So, but I just slept a lot.
Yeah, and I think plus, from your routine normally, I'm sure it was good to catch up. Like it must have felt really good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You're back. You're
Missed
ready.
you all though a lot.
Oh yeah, we all missed you, and it's great to have you back. So we welcome Renee back, but unfortunately, in the world of golf, Tony, we say farewell, possibly for the last time, to Tiger Woods at St. Andrews as he misses the cut today. And I was watching this morning. And unfortunately, we look at this and yesterday he goes and shoots a 78. And unfortunately was a little better today, but just not enough as he follows it up with a 75, 3 over par to finish at +9. And one thing that was interesting, as I was watching the broadcast today on USA Network, there's the bridge on the 18th hole that the golfers all have to cross over. And like when Jack and Arnold Palmer, finished up and saying that it was their last Open Championship, they stopped on the bridge for pictures and, had a long wave at the crowd. Tiger basically sprints over the bridge, tips his cap as he's going up the 18th fairway. But I think that shows, and he acknowledged it in his post-game interview, for sure he plans on playing in future Open Championships. He's just not sure if he's still going to be playing the next time we have one at St. Andrews at the minimum, which will be 5 years, possibly up to 7 years. So I thought that was very interesting. And I have to say, I sit here and I am pretty surprised, and I'm not saying at this point, I expected him at this point in the tournament to be 7 under par, but I thought he would just be on the cut line just enough to make the cut. We all had him finishing within the top 20. Unfortunately, he just does not get the job done here. And I'll go to you, Tony. I mean, what's your first impressions here? Tiger missing the cut at St. Andrews.
I mean, like you said, we all kind of expect him to finish in the top 20. So I'm certainly a little disappointed here. And honestly, I don't know. I think it raises more questions in terms of, the longevity of the rest of his career. Like you mentioned that, he will compete again, just maybe not at St. Andrews. And I think it's more than likely that he doesn't compete again at St. Andrews.
But you're expecting like his next tournament to be maybe the one he hosts in the Bahamas in the winter, and then Augusta at this point.
Yeah, I think at that point, and then I mean, if he keeps up this play where he's just he has some good rounds, but ends up not really making the cut a lot, or not really finishing anywhere near he expects. I don't know, dude. I think he's going to realize that it might be over for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, based on his play and, having to withdraw from the PGA Championship. And I think shooting a pair of 78s at the Masters over the weekend after making the cut earlier this year. It's hard not to say that. However, I do feel like a long layoff really gives him an opportunity here to get his body right. I know it's never going to be the body that he used to have. He even said it's 10 times harder than when he won at Torrey Pines, the U.S. Open, on a broken leg. So that just shows you the amount of pain he goes through on a daily basis. But like I said, I think the rest will be good. And I just think he will figure out a way. And I'm not guaranteeing that he ever wins a golf tournament again, but I am guaranteeing that he will be in contention again. He does not want to go out a shell of himself, and he'll do whatever it takes. And that is the heart of a champion. That is the Yankee mentality, as Tony, your mother,
what did she
chimes in
say?
here.
What did she say?
The Yankees tanked, Barnes, but Mets are supreme. So we're not quite at the baseball segment left yet. I know I said left, but
Right.
don't you worry. I will have something to say about that, but I do appreciate you tuning in. Then so right now, just to give you guys a leaderboard update, Tony's favorite part of the show here.
Yeah.
Cam Smith, after firing a 67 yesterday, 6 under through 13 holes. So he leads the Open Championship by 1 after yesterday's first round leader, Cameron Young, who is 2 under through 12 after firing a 64 yesterday. And then we do have some live golf at the top with Dustin Johnson currently at third at 9 under par, 2 shots back of the lead. 5 under par today is 67. So DJ, I've said it for a while. I think he's head and shoulders above the rest of the guys on the Live Golf Tour. And I do find it interesting, Tony. I know you can't overlook something like this because it's like there could be reasons, he doesn't want to lose all of his followers. But Dustin Johnson, he still has the TaylorMade sponsor. And number 2, his Twitter handle is still at Dustin Johnson PGA. Anything? Are you reading anything into that?
I mean, what are you trying to say? He's going to leave Live Tour or what?
No, that he hopes to get back on the PGA Tour and wants to be on the PGA Tour.
I would again. I mean, I think people are blaming a lot of these golfers for leaving, but in reality, these golfers do want to be on the PGA Tour. I feel, at least most of them anyway. But they have gripes with the PGA, with the organization, and kind of how they, I guess treat the players and stuff like that. So I mean, who doesn't want to be on the PGA Tour? Honestly, do you think any of these guys really don't want to go? Maybe yes, maybe Phil. I think Phil is possibly the one exception. But I mean, he's a little cracked out, I think, at this point. But I mean, yeah, I would ask though, how many players have kept their sponsorships that went to Live Tour? Just
a
DJ?
lot of them have
Most
lost.
of them, right?
Yeah, a lot of them have lost them. Phil lost everything.
Right.
Oh, and then Dustin, he does have TaylorMade, but he did lose RBC. So that's one that just comes to mind, and not to mention a host of other people. Bryson DeChambeau, I believe, paused his relationship with Bridgestone. So just find that interesting. But I always really enjoyed watching DJ play. I don't know about
me
you.
Me too, for sure.
I just feel like he has it all in terms of the long drive, but yet a very strong short game. He's just struggled for the past year and a half after playing some of the best golf of his career. But I would imagine there's plenty of good golf in his future. And then another live golfer, Taylor Gooch, 7 under par here. So he's
Michael likes that one. Renee chuckled too.
4 under par here. 7 under par, so 4 shots back. And then I'm just seeing Abraham Answer, new to live. He's 5 under par.
Hey, baby.
And the thing that I am most excited about, and I know actually after seeing our group chat earlier that Michael and Tony, Matthew, even maybe Renee, the belly is back. John Daly today, 1 under par, even par for the tournament, sitting right on the cut line with 15, 16, 17, and 18 left to play. Could you imagine if Mr. Daly finds his way into the weekend, Mike? Unbelievable. Oh, man. So I just thought that was funny. And I guess the only other thing here, let's see. So Rory, 2 under par for today. That's through 7 holes. So he's 8 under, 3 shots back. And then let's see. So I had picked Will Zalatoris, and I feel like he's at the bottom of this list here. Okay, he's sitting right on the cut line as well, but he's only played 5 holes today. Last year's champion, Colin Morikawa, even yesterday, even through 7 today. So he sits right on the cut line, as well as 2002 and 2012 champ Ernie Els right on the cut line, +2 through 9 today.
What is the cut line at?
Even par right
even
now.
Par, okay.
Yeah. So Luis Oosthuizen has already finished his round. He finished 1 over, so it looks like he'll miss the cut. That's a
loser,
guy,
dude.
But he's on live now, so maybe some bad karma there. And lastly, to finish this up, and as I said, I'll update you if anything crazy happens. Right now, in the last place, we've had 2 withdrawals, Van Roon and Rose, but that is, has not withdrawn from the tournament. 156th place, Mark Calcavecchia, 21 over par. including a pair of so an 83 and an 82, and then former Oprah champion right behind him, but 9 strokes ahead, David Duval, 82 yesterday, 74 today. So that's what I have for the Open Championship.
Take
But
a breath, Brian.
it's been fun watching. I like the early start time. It gives you something to watch in the morning for sure. And if anything comes up, we'll bring it up to you. But of course, I look forward to talking about our 150th Open champion, or also known as the 2022 Golfer of the Year. That's how they poise it over there across the pond. So can't wait to talk about that on Monday. But for now, Tony, let's go to the world of Major League Baseball.
2-2, he got him swinging. A back-to-back strikeouts for Robbie Ray.
There's damage right there. Shohei, way, Cy-Yo, nada, where did that land?
Smoke to Chapman, who leaps up and grabs it.
Story spins it, fires, out at first.
There it goes, see ya. Home run, Aaron Judge.
All right, Tony. So here we are. And unfortunately, after last night's extra innings defeat, the Yankees did drop 2 out of 3 in their series with Cincinnati. So obviously, a shocking result when push comes to shove. But, I've talked about this many times, since we started doing the show. And it's just the fact that it's such a long season. You can't expect to play your best baseball all the time. And I think this series that starts tonight and that I will be at the game tomorrow, comes at the best time here against the Red Sox, because no matter what you're going through, no matter how you're feeling, you're always going to get a little more juiced up to face the Red Sox. And especially when you're at home, the home crowd is going to be going absolutely nuts. I mean, you're talking easily for just a nosebleed seat, almost $100 at this game, when normally, it would be maybe $20, $30. So, I mean, that just shows how much excitement there is here. So I'm looking forward to that. And, that series will start tonight, of course. But we do have to talk about last night. And it was just one of those situations where kind of something similar we've seen, over the last week plus, where offense is a little tight early, but then they're able to push across a couple late. But, it's just you keep digging yourself in a hole. I mean, you can't just always assume that you're going to be able to come back. And this one, I really thought they really had a good opportunity here. But unfortunately, that once vaunted, Yankee bullpen is showing, some cracks in it. But, I do expect them to turn it around. But just kind of giving a synopsis here. So first of all, starting the game, Nestor Cortez was brilliant. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, ERA 2.63. Jonathan Loaizaga comes back after, I think he's been out since May, and he goes 2/3 of an innings, 4 hits, 3 runs. So there you go right there with the bullpen and his ERA, because he hadn't got it together before he had gotten hurt. So obviously limited time, but his ERA is 8.31. I do expect him to turn it around. And then just, Al Abreu gave him an inning in the 3rd, but Lucas Licky pitching the 10th, ghost runner or not. I mean, it's 3 hits, it's 3 runs, 2 earned, and only 1 strikeout. So that's just not going to get the job done. I mean, you got to be able to hold them to 1, at most 2, in an extra inning. To give up 3, top of the 10th, I mean, you're really just putting your offense, in a bind here. So really what happened here, the Reds, courtesy of a Drury sac fly, jumped out to a 1-0 lead. Stanton answers with an RBI ground out in the bottom of the 6th to tie it at 1. We had a Votto single and Kyle Farmer scoring 3 runs to make it 4-1 Cincinnati in the 8th. But we had a Judge home run followed by a Gleyber Torres 2-run homer to tie the game at 4. But in that extra frame, I mentioned Licky blowing it. We had a Votto double, a Stevenson double, and a former Yankee Donovan Solano singling to the left to get that 3rd run across to make it 7-4. But we did have Matt Carpenter once again, Tony, answering back with a 2-run homer of his own. But that was it. That's all they were able to get, and they lose by 1 here, 7-6, bringing that record to 62-27. The lead is now down to 13 games, which is still very high, but you've been used to seeing 14, 15 games, so it just seems a tad bit lower. But I mean, like I said, great opportunity here, and you're facing a Red Sox team that's scuffling. I mean, in their last 10 games, the only 2 they won was against you at home, when they had kind of, these kind of crazy comebacks. So I feel great about that. And I feel great too that Jordan Montgomery is getting the start tonight. I just feel like he's great at home. He's great with his back against the wall. And I know he struggled last time against the Red Sox, but it's just such a different game when you're at Yankee Stadium. The crowd is behind you, that adrenaline pumping. I expect him to have no problem. And then we have former Yankee Nathan Eovaldi on the hill tonight for the Red Sox. And I know he's had some good starts against the Yankees before, but I just do not think he's anything crazy. And I think, you pick your spots against him, you'll get a fastball right down the middle with no movement, and you're going to put it almost out of the stadium. So that's what I expect to happen. We'll talk more about that in a second, Tony. But before we get to the Mets, what are your thoughts about, obviously a disappointing result here. Do you look much into it at all?
A little bit. I think, I think one thing maybe pointed out with the Yankees is that your bullpen isn't going to be perfect all the time. So you can't really always expect them to be perfect. And, I think maybe the Yankees overlooked the Reds just a little bit here. Although, their record doesn't show it, they have a lot of good talent on their team. Luis Castillo threw a phenomenal game. He is, easily the best asset that the Reds have, I think, right now, especially at least in terms of pitching. I think he went 7 innings of unearned, right? He didn't give any runs.
No.
And then even, Hunter Strickland came out of the bullpen. He pitched a good inning as well. And then, we talked about Brandon Drury, the talent he has. And I don't know. I think they just kind of maybe overlooked the Reds a little bit in terms of how good maybe Castillo could look coming at them. And then they just were kind of on their heels for most of the game. And it is kind of a shame, just because you would expect the Yankees, being the team that they are, would sweep, at least take 2 out of 3 against the Reds. And, they kind of, blew one game, and then they blew this one as well. But I guess you're not really looking too much into it, just because, like you said, Loaisiga is coming off of a long IL stint. He's going to need some time to kind of get back into his groove. He'll bring that ERA down for sure. And there's really, not much, I guess, to be worried about, especially with the lead you have. But it's just, if I'm a Yankee fan, I'm a little unsettled, just because of the fact that, something like this could be happening. Because it certainly shouldn't. They should have, taken care of business last night. But again, I guess I wouldn't look too much into it.
I really couldn't agree more. They did announce as well yesterday. It hasn't been official yet, but I guess likely that Severino will have to go on the IL. But I did not see a timetable. I'll see if
Boone didn't have anything on him really.
So we'll see. If we get something there. Just a curious question here, Tony. With that thumbnail, are you taking credit for the Luis Castillo's troll there, or what?
I did put him in there.
Okay, so, fair enough.
Also, the reason why I put him in there
is because he could be coming to the Yankees.
I think he can go to either New York team. Really,
yeah, that's true.
I think he's a great pitcher. The guy's an absolute workhorse, I feel. And I think the Reds would try and get rid of him for the trade deadline to get some other prospects or something to build upon. And I think, the Mets or the Yankees could be, one of those landing spots.
And the funny thing is, the Reds have actually been playing their best baseball this season. So it is kind of a tough spot. However, though, you got to be thinking long-term here.
Right.
They killed the fan base with all the trades they made, before the season started. But I think, you could get a pretty tremendous package for Luis Castillo, because pitching is a premium. We have that extra wild card team this year, so more teams feel like they're in contention. Luis Castillo is a difference maker. I think on a team that's somewhat in contention for a World Series, he could definitely be a 2-starter.
Right.
And he's an outstanding 3rd starter for a team that needs pitching. And imagine throwing him at the back end of that Mets rotation.
Oh, my God. It'd be
that
glorious.
would be something. So I think he's going to fetch a lot. And, the Reds, I'm sure, are licking their chops thinking about that one. So I just thought that was interesting. But, and then just before we get to the Mets, when your mom with the chirp there, about the Yankees, and it just kind of like I alluded to, you can't win them all. You're going to have bad stretches. And sure, the Mets have had some of theirs this year. And honestly, I'm really looking forward to, I believe it's later this month, the first game of the Subway Series, I think at Citi Field. So I'm really looking forward to that. So may the best team win.
All right, I guess we'll talk about the Mets now. I will say, Brian, it seems, you can say what you will about the rest of the season, but as of right now, it seems like going into the All-Star break, the Yankees are playing worse baseball and the Mets are getting better. And to prove that, I will go over last night's game where they, just like the Yankees should have done, took care of business against a lesser team. Last night, it being the Chicago Cubs, for them. And it obviously started, well, I guess it started with our offense, but, Carlos Carrasco on the mound here for us. 6 innings, gave up no runs, 5 hits, 6 Ks, and 2 walks. It was one of those outings where you saw him hit the off-speed pitches a lot, and his movement was tremendous. He had a lot of swing and misses there last night. His pitch count was up to 90. He threw 61 strikes on those 90 pitches. So I think, his control was decent. And again, he was working, outside of the strike zone to fool out of batters, to try and make his ball as least hittable as possible. And he did a really phenomenal job with that. Obviously, the Cubs, didn't score at all. You saw Trevor Williams come in the 7th. And, he threw 3 innings of also no earned run baseball with 4 Ks, give up 3 hits. So, I think Williams is looking pretty good to kind of come in here in relief for Carrasco. I love that. And then our offense started with Starling Marte, a guy who was on the IL for his groin for a little while. And of course, with his age, you definitely, think twice about an injury like that lingering around. How long will he be? Will he be 100% when he comes back? And right away, he gets a hit. And following that up, Lindor gets a nice deep double to bring in Marte. They're up 1-0. And then from there, it was pretty much off to the races. Patrick Mazeika with another big double deep to right center. Dom Smith and Escobar are able to score. It's 3-0 at that point. Then Marte gets an RBI single, Escobar an RBI single, and then Nimmo in the 6th hits a home run. I believe he was 3 for 3 last night and hit his 9th home run of the season. At that point, it's 6-0 late in the game. And then Alonso in the 8th, I believe, hit a nice fat dinger to make it 8-0. And then that was pretty much all she wrote there. It's good to see, the Mets really firing on all cylinders. And we talked about, their long ball and, the issue they had, but with Nimmo kind of hitting the ball hard and Alonso as well. I think we have more than enough power, and we've seen it from, Lindor and, Guillorme before, as well as Marte. So I think we have, a lot of power here. We're making some great contact. Our starting pitching with Carrasco and Bassett both having good outings and seemingly, improving throughout this season. I think when, and I talk about it a lot, but when DeGrom does come back, I think we're going to have a really nasty starting rotation that's going to be hard to play against. And going into this All-Star break with some momentum is just a phenomenal thing.
Yeah, and you would think they would have liked to continue that momentum tonight, but supposedly games already been postponed.
Yeah,
so must be some crazy weather at the comfy confines of Wrigley Field.
I guess so, dude.
So unfortunately, are they going doubleheader tomorrow? Split doubleheader.
Yeah.
So and then just some other news around the league here. I guess Fernando Tatis will begin hitting progression Friday.
Let's go.
So I guess that it's a week-to-week situation, but this is one of those things where I think they're talking, maybe end of the month to mid-August. I think it could be sooner maybe than they expect, or at least at the beginning of that timeline, because, you have younger players like this. Once they get ramped up, they're fired up to go, and I just feel like they recover so much more quickly.
Especially Tatis. He's gonna be fired up, ready to go. I could not imagine him not having a phenomenal returning game.
And then also I'm seeing here, I guess Rangers said they're open to a contract extension with Martin Perez, who actually did make the All-Star team. I didn't realize that. 2.68 ERA this season. And I know the Rangers have played better, but that division, and the Mariners are hot. Obviously, we know all about the Astros. Mm-hmm. How did the Rangers not trade Martin Perez? They brought him in for 1 year, $4 million. They could get a bunch of prospects. No, I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, dude. That's weird. Speaking of Rangers and All-Star game, by the way, see Corey Seager, home run derby?
Corey Seager, so Stanton not in the derby.
Stanton not in the derby. How crazy is that? Right? What is that about, Brian?
That kind of bothers me a little bit.
Do you think the Yankees didn't want Stanton to be in the home run derby, or?
Yeah. And that's the only thing. At the end of the day, Tony, you can't argue, with that philosophy, because we've seen it too much. And I know, but I think even maybe not for like the whole second half of the season, but even I don't know if it was necessarily last year, but maybe his rookie year or something. I know Alonso, a little different, or struggling at least for like a little bit after the derby in the past, or that you've noticed?
Last year, not really, but his rookie year, a little bit. Yeah.
So maybe last year, more of a product of he knows what it's like after the Derby
Exactly.
to get back into it. So yeah, I mean, I just thought that that was interesting here. And if you would, Tony, I just need some assistance here with our selections from last night.
Okay. What do we got?
All right. So
What do you
we
want?
know the Yankees lost. Now, what about Astros, Mariners, Blue Jays?
Blue Jays lost.
0-2.
Mariners also lost, I believe.
0-3.
No, wait, no, Mariners won 6-5.
1-2.
Sorry, and then Astros won.
Okay, so
3-2.
2-2. So that's 9-6 for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then for you, sir, we know the Mets won.
The Braves won.
So that's 2-0.
And then who else did I have?
Twins, Guardians.
Guardians won. Twins
3-0.
got shellacked by the White Sox.
3-1. So
3-1.
that'll give you a 1-game advantage here. 10-5 for Tony. So let's go 4 apiece for tonight. What are you starting out with here?
So now I'm looking at the Mets games here. Nothing's posted up for their second game, but they're definitely doing the split, right? They're definitely doing doubleheader.
Yeah.
Right. I'll give you my first 2 picks, Brian. Mets, both games.
Okay.
Is that not good? Is that too much for you?
No. No, you could. Oh, okay, yeah. So both. Wait. Oh, so you're gonna go from Saturday? You're saying?
So they're not doing. They're doing doubleheader
tomorrow.
They're doing doubleheader tomorrow.
Right.
Okay.
I know. I was just so
No,
thrown
that's what I
off
was
by
asking.
that.
I was like, oh, are they doing the one for? Okay, yeah. Never.
Yeah.
Then no. I guess we're not doing that. No. I'll take Mets for the game 1 here. Can I do Saturday? Or no?
Yeah, if you
want to do the weekend, or is that going to be totally out of the question?
You know what? Do Saturday. We'll give you the 2 on Saturday. That's fine.
Okay. Give me the 2 on Saturday.
All right. Let's see. So then, you know what? I'm gonna take tonight and tomorrow.
Yankees. Yeah.
Okay. So let me just get this right here. Times 2, and okay. And then for me, like I said, yeah, Yankees twice. And tonight, I'm expecting Monty 7 1/3, 6 strikeouts, maybe 2 earned, a couple of hits, 1 walk. And then, in terms of the offense, I think Judge will hit another one. Nice to see him hit one last night. Stanton as well, and give Mr. Rizzo one. The big 3 here. And give Glaber actually another one too. I think I want some offense tonight. 8-3 Yankees tonight. Tomorrow, the game I'm at. I'm gonna say Tyone on the hill.
The game I'm at, he says.
I think that one could be high scoring. I wouldn't be surprised, unfortunately, if Tyone kind of keeps getting tossed around a little bit here. So let's see. So I just wanted to see. Okay, so it is Pivetta. He's pitched well this season, but has gotten popped recently. So let's say, honestly, this is a 10-7 victory. Tyone popped, Pivetta popped. But DJ 5 hits, and I'm going to say Judge 3 for 5, another home run, and Mr. Donaldson leaves the building as well.
Ugh.
The Yankees get the second one there. So those are my 2 Yankee selections. What else you got, Tony?
All right, so I'll switch it back to tonight here on Friday. I'll pick Toronto. Do you know why, Brian?
No.
Alex Manoah's on the mound for us here.
Oh, there we go.
And it's going to be a phenomenal outing, I think, from him against Kansas City. And, they got beat last night by Kansas City, which is an absolute horrendous loss for them. I don't think it'll happen again. Zach Greinke on the mound for Kansas City. And now, he's had, I suppose, some bright spots. I mean, he's 3-5 in the season. His ERA is a 4.52. And, he's gotten shellacked by the Astros. He's gotten shellacked by Minnesota, I think. He just had a decent outing, 5 innings, no earned runs against Cleveland. But I mean, I couldn't imagine he's giving you much length. And I couldn't imagine he's going to keep the ball in the park much against Toronto here tonight. I think they're going to crack him up a little bit. Maybe he'll go like 5 innings, 4 earned runs, I'm thinking. And Manoah, obviously, I'll give him 6 2/3, 1 earned run, 3 hits, 1 walk, 7 Ks. Which would lead Toronto to a, I say, 5-2 victory here.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, they got to get it going sometime, right?
Yeah, I think they will with Manoah.
Mr. Manoah. So let's see. So for my 3rd pick here, of course, it always seems like, when I want to pull up something quick, that's the time that we get the lag, I
Why?
could-
What do you
could only-
got?
No,
What do you
no,
want?
no. Hold on. I got it.
Oh, you got it. No,
No,
he's got it. He's got it.
Now it wants to work. All right. Give me the Marlins. Alcantara, 1.73.
I like
Kyle
that.
Gibson, been mediocre for his whole career, 4.53. Phillies starting to kind of go the other way now, especially with the Harper injury. So I think Alcantara at home. Give me actually a complete game shutout for Alcantara.
Holy shit.
Marlins 3-0. And Kyle Schwarber 5 strikeouts today. How about that?
Wow, dude.
I don't even know if that's possible in a complete game shutout.
I don't
Maybe
think so
4.
either.
Good
Maybe
4
4.
strikeouts. Well, I guess they could have a bunch of hits.
Yeah, no, it's possible.
But
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
5. Back to 5.
5 is 5. Yes, yes. How do you think he'll do in the home run derby? He's number 1 seed.
I think he's gonna win it.
You think he's gonna win it?
Yep.
My ass. He's versing Pujols first. What a gosh.
Oh, stop.
What a
Tony.
gimme.
Stop.
Dude. What a
Stop, stop,
gimme.
stop,
What a
stop,
gimme.
stop.
Oh man. All right. For my last pick here, who's pitching for the Angels here? Sandoval. Oh man. Hold on, bear with me. I guess I'll. Oh, dude, do I go with the Rays? Who's pitching for the Rays? Oh no, dude. All right, give me the Astros tonight. Jake Odorizzi. Decent pitcher. I feel. I feel like you know exactly what you're getting out of him. Just looking at the last few of his starts, was actually against his last start was against Oakland here. And what was it? They won 6-1, went 7 innings of no earned run ball, 7 Ks, 1 walk, 4 hits. I'd say he knows how to pitch against the A's, who seemingly doesn't really have much offense going for them. I mean, Sean Murphy is their guy. Come on, dude. So give me Houston. I would say they hit up on Cole Irvin. His ERA is going to balloon a little bit, I think, after this game. I would say 5-0.
Wow, that's bold.
You think so?
No, I'm just kidding. Cole Irvin is terrible.
Yeah.
So for my 4th and final, I'm gonna go with the Brewers. Brandon Woodruff, 4.10, but better than that. I think a couple starts kind of touch that ERA up. Going against Alex Wood. Giants have been a mess the past month and a half. Crazy after the season they had last year, but I think the Brewers are just that much better. And of course, Yelich will go deep, Tony.
They're hot right now.
Woodruff, 7 innings, 7 strikeouts, 1 earned. Willie Adames hitting his, I believe, 19th home run of the season. That's crazy. No one's talking about that. And the Brewers get the job done here, defeating the Giants.
Love it, dude.
Yeah, so we'll see, how that plays out over the weekend. And it's just crazy. Monday already is going to be the Derby.
I'm so pumped for Monday, dude.
Yeah.
Derby day. Let's go.
Derby day.
MLB The Show. Have our own Derby.
Have our own Derby.
Yes, Michael says. Michael approves we're doing it.
Unequivocally approving of it.
Unequivocally.
1 second here.
Oh, Brian's on to something here.
Yeah. I'm just.
What do you got, Brian?
On the tip of my tongue. just fact checking something, Tony. So just bear with me. It could be nothing.
Aaron Judge signed a extension.
No. I honestly never mind. We'll talk about it later.
Oh.
Well. All right. I guess I just don't know much about it, so I'm just curious if you do. And just one regarding this topic, so we don't need to do a video here, but we're just real quick, Tony. Josh Norris, Ottawa, 8 years, $63 million. Are you familiar with him?
Not much. Why?
23 years old.
Uh-huh.
No, but I'm saying an 8-year, $63 million extension. I mean, isn't that like massive for hockey?
That is pretty. He's 23 years old.
Yeah, first round pick by the Sharks in 2017 before he trained to the Senators in 2018.
Wow, dude.
So we mentioned the moves they're making. I'm just saying,
Dude, Ottawa's going to be dangerous. So yeah, we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah. So something to keep an eye out for. And as I last checked, I don't believe the Rangers have made any other moves at the moment.
No, not at the moment.
But I mean, there's got to be at least some minor ones on the way. You would think, right? Possibly even some trades, or is the trade not as often in hockey as other sports?
I wouldn't say it's as often. No.
Yeah,
that's why free agency is such a big deal.
Yeah, no, I hear you there. So we'll see. What happens. And really, other than that, just one other. Leaderboard update here. So currently Cam Smith now 3 shots clear of Cameron Young, 8 under through 14. Young 2 under through 13. And Scotty Scheffler, Tyrrell Hatton, Rory McIlroy, 5 shots back, tied at 8 under par here. So a lot of big names at the top. Going to be a great weekend at St. Andrews. But other than that, Tony, you got anything else for me?
I would say let's go Mets double time, huh?
Double time tomorrow.
Double
Yankees
time for the Yankees
tonight. So tonight, tomorrow, double, whatever you want to call it. But I think this is just an important series. Get that morale back up.
Oh yeah.
And then I guess last thing actually. Any thoughts on Ayton's 4-year, $133 million offer sheet by the Pacers? Suns expected to match.
I mean, I don't know, dude. The Pacers.
Ayton. Do you think he's that crazy?
No, I don't. Do you?
I think he's got to work on an offensive game. I know he's kind of have, but I want to see more improvement out of him. And I just think, this day and age, maybe 20 years ago would be a different story, but I just don't know how much value traditional centers have this day unless they're blocking every shot like they're Hakeem Olajuwon.
I think Michael
or
would disagree.
Joel Embiid. But unfortunately,
Michael is off the microphone today.
Exactly. Mike off the mic. But I'm sure we'll hear about this more on Monday.
Oh, on Monday, yes. And I'm sure, maybe there'll be a Knicks trade involved. I mean, they've been talking about it for like a whole month now.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Maybe Donovan coming home, RJ Barrett being shipped out.
They're still talking about it on ESPN radio, by the way. I turned it on this morning. I think Colin was on, and it's who you giving up. Shut up, dude.
I think I like the Mets broadcasting team better than Carlin.
I would fucking hope so, Brian.
Hey, I'm giving you credit, Tony.
No, it's like a backhanded compliment almost.
Sounds like a compliment you would give.
Yeah. Yes. Dude.
Oh man,
so despicable.
But yeah, I mean, the radio, the guy's got to step it up a little bit. Let's be real.
That is for sure, dude.
But once again, what a great show today, and we really appreciate everyone tuning in and continuing to comment, like, and subscribe, as well as check out the archives. Tony in costume, Tony on the golf course, Tony on the basketball court, Tony in the city, Tony on a moped. Tony in Boston. So Tony's all over the place.
Tony gets around.
And then of course the summer collection is the summer collection, downtimetv.com. But go Yankees. Everybody enjoy the day.
Go Mets.
Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the golf as we crown a champion. And we'll talk about it on Monday. Crown the champion Sunday. We will see you on Monday.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.